Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Strange Tools, Art and Human Nature by Alva Noë, narrated by Tom Perkins. By one of the ironic perversities that often attend the course of affairs, the existence of the works of art upon which formation of an aesthetic theory depends has become an obstruction to theory about them. John Dewey. Preface. Some years ago, I was talking with an artist. He asked me about the science of visual perception. I explained that vision scientists seek to understand how it is we see so much, the colorful and detailed world of objects spread out around us in space, when what we are given are tiny, distorted, upside-down images in the eyes. How do we see so much on the basis of so little? I was startled by the artist's reply. "Nonsense," he scoffed. "That's not the question we should ask. The important question is this: why are we so blind? Why do we see so little when there is so much around us to see?" This exchange took place when I was a graduate student. The artist's remark stayed with me. It brings out sharply the opposition between two different ways of thinking about visual experience. In one way, the scientist's way, seeing happens in the brain, thanks to the way the brain manages to make sense of information available on the retina. In the other way, the artist's way, seeing isn't something that happens automatically or for free. We are too liable not to see even what is there. Seeing is an achievement, our achievement, the achievement of making contact with what there is. We can fail to see. I have spent the last 2 decades studying perception and perceptual consciousness. I have sought to develop a new way of understanding perception. Seeing, according to the inactive or actionist position that I have been working out, is not something that happens in our brains or anywhere else for that matter. It is something we do or make or achieve. And like everything else we achieve, we do so only against the background of our skills, knowledge, situation, and environment, including our social environment. It dawned on me only recently that my research these last years has aimed at vindicating precisely the perspective of the artist in my anecdote. He had it right all along. The brain is necessary for experience, to be sure, but it is not the whole story. The scientist's conception is impoverished, and it gets in the way of our appreciating that it is not brains that perceive, but active animals or people. Seeing, I have come to realize, and so I've been urging in my writing, is more like climbing a tree or reading a book than it is like digesting what you've eaten. But this anecdote suggests something more. The artist was right. Science and philosophy, to the extent that they concern themselves with art, tend to do so from on high. They seek to explain art, to treat art as a phenomenon to be analyzed. Maybe we've been overlooking the possibility that art can be our teacher, or at least our collaborator. Not because art is cryptoscience, but because it is its own manner of investigation and its own legitimate source of knowledge. This is what is suggested to me as I think back on this conversation with the artist. This is a puzzling, if attractive, possibility. It's attractive, for it offers, right off the bat, some clue to why art is so important. But it's puzzling, too, because art looks very different from science, which is explicitly concerned with the production of knowledge and understanding. What might the character of the knowledge at which art aims be? Here's part of the answer. Art provides us an opportunity to catch ourselves in the act of achieving our conscious lives, of bringing the world into focus for perceptual and other forms of consciousness. And so, art is a field in which we can take seriously the artist's question posed above. Not, how do we manage to see so much, but rather, why do we see so little? Even as it also gives us an opportunity to move from not seeing to seeing, or from seeing to seeing more, or seeing differently. This book is animated by 3 ideas. First, art is not a technological practice. However, it presupposes such practices. Works of art are strange tools. Technology is not...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?